What's freezing? It's going to melt. Because what number is freezing?
32.
32. So 40 degrees and sunny. Terrific. Tomorrow is a very special day. Right? It's a holiday. Are you doing anything special at school tomorrow? A party. Okay, so you have to get that throat taken care of before the party. All right, so what else is happening tomorrow besides Valentine's Day and 40 degrees? What else does it say there?
It's going to be 18 though.
Why don't you read that for me?
Mostly cloudy, windy, and seasonably mild, gusty west winds 12 through 27 miles per hour.
Good.
Turning sharply colder at night with snow flurries developing as winds shift to the north 15 to 25 miles per hour, dropping lows into the teens.
Okay, do you remember what the word flurry means? It's not the one at Dairy Queen. It's not the flurry at the Dairy Queen. What is your guess?
What flurry?
A flurry. You don't know? We could look it up. I'm going to use my old-fashioned dictionary. I thought after a while we would know flurry. It's a form of precipitation, and you know precipitation, don't you? What's precipitation?
Things that fall out of the sky.
Things that fall out of the sky. We have lots of different kinds of precipitation. Getting closer. F-L-U. We need an R instead of the O. I bet it's on the next page. Flurry. F-L-U-R-R-Y.
Gust of wind.
A gust of wind.
A brief light snowfall.
Very light snowfall. Okay, so if we had a range of snow, and flurry being the least amount, can you think of with a word that tells us what would be at the very end? The very worst of all? Flurry is the not to worry. What's to be the worst of all? You remember that word?
Blizzard.
Blizzard, which is also at Dairy Queen, or McDonald's or something. Do you know who had a blizzard this week? Okay, the whole area over here. So the wind and the snow that we had on the day that I saw you, you were so sick, it went from Chicago, big snow. Well, actually, we had more snow than Chicago. But it always tends to go to the east. And this whole area some places got 30 inches of snow. How tall is 30 inches?
Like 3 feet.
It's as tall as this table. If you sat in a chair in the middle of Connecticut and you stayed there for hours and hours, it would be this tall. But luckily, didn't have to do that. Okay, so tell me about the rest of the week. What are we going to have? What are we going to have?
Snow.
More flurries? More blizzard? What do you think? Look at those symbols. Look at those pictures. What do you think that's going to be?
Snow and rain.
You see the word flurry for Friday? Not to worry. How about Saturday? Blizzard or flurry?
Flurry.
Flurry. What happens on Sunday?
It's going to rain and snow.
Rain and snow. That'll be fun. Some light snow mixed with drizzle or freezing drizzle develops in the afternoon or evening. What do you think? You're going to go out that day? No, I don't think so. And then on Monday, better or worse?
Worst.
Worse? about Tuesday?
Flurry.
Flurries, more flurries. A little bit more snowy stuff. The weekend looks like it's going to be kind of a rainy, snowy. Okay, so you have relatives that live
In Mexico.
in where?
Mexico.
In Mexico. So we always looked at the weather in Mexico City. What's it like down there? Mexico City, 80 degrees, a low of 47, and partly cloudy. Would they be having blizzards, flurries, sleet, rain? Maybe some rain, but nothing like what we have. Right. Okay, so I think you should take this home. Now, the Chicago snowfall, remember how we always look at that chart down there? What seems to be happening? Are we catching up with last year?
Yes.
Okay, so how many inches do we have so far at O'Hare? 10. And look what we had last year. What would be our normal? 25. So we could get more snow. Okay, do you want to take that home? All right. This I found in the newspaper. Since it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, what do you think this ad? Do you think this is a good ad for buying flowers and candy and stuff? A good ad. Which one do you think you would buy? This one, the cookie? Fresh baked, is that message or massage? Message. Okay, so what would be on your message? What would you write on that message? Who would you give it to?
My teacher.
Your teacher. So which teacher would you give it to? Okay, and what would you say? I love you. You are my very best teacher. You are my favorite teacher in the whole world. And you have great shoes. And sometimes you have wonderful nail polish. When I taught school, people said, "Oh, your teachers are so great." And we thought, she said, you have great nail polish. Okay, let's think of something that you would write on that cookie for your teacher. What would be a good phrase? There's not a lot of room, and you can write it right down here. What would be a good thing to say to that teacher?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay, anything else? Anything a little more personable? Well, that'll work. Why don't you write that down? That'll work. Sometimes it's nice to write more. Okay. I think that these flowers would be better if we added some more words. What color are most of those flowers? Red. But I don't see red on the page. Could we add some? What are some good words that are also about red? I looked it up. This is my favorite book, my thesaurus. What are all these words that go with red?
Pink, scarlet, crimson,
Maroon. Not so good. Vermilion.
Carmine, ruby, rose.
Ruby, rose. And the opposite is, do we have an opposite there? No, we don't. Okay. So let's add, why don't we add some of those to this to make it a little bit more exciting? Add a word red or crimson or scarlet. These are all synonyms for red. They all mean red, except maroon. I don't know. Where would you add the word red on one of those pictures to make it really exciting? Which has the most red? Yes, I think so. So how would you change that to make it a better advertisement?
Ruby.
Ruby? Where would you put the word ruby? Next to, how would you say it? Where would you put it? How would you read it? Dozen.
Put it next to dozen.
Okay, dozen, and then ruby. Next to that, ruby. Yeah, you just write it right in there. Okay, so read that for me.
Dozen ruby rose bunch?
Yes, a dozen ruby rose bunch. Very good, very good. Okay, what about another one? We want to sell these things. We want people to come to the store. What's this? What colors are here?
Pink, red, purple.
Okay. Would it be good to say those words instead of rainbow? Maybe let's cross out rainbow and put in some of the colors. So instead of red, we use red here, or ruby here. Let's find another word. Tulips. Here's your book. What's another word? Because you've got the red ones, you've got the pink ones. We'll look up pink in a minute, but let's do the red.
Rosy.
Okay. Now, what's a good word for the next color? Let's not do red anymore. Let's find another color.
Pink.
Pink. Is there another word that would be good to use instead of pink? Can you think of a word for pink? Let's see what it says. Okay, now it should be right along here, but since it isn't, look down there. Maybe there's only one synonym for pink.
Red.
Which one is it? Oh, red? Is pink the same as red? It's kind of a light red. Okay, well, let's put light red here. And then we'll look up purple, because there's more different synonyms for purple. Okay, so we've got rosy, light red, and what would be another one? How about purple? What's a good synonym for purple?
Violet.
Violet. What's this word?
Magenta.
Magenta. That's a purpley word. Lilac. You ever seen a lilac bush in the springtime? They're very pretty. They're purple. Mauve. Plum. Plum is a dark purple. Are those dark purple? No, let's not use that one. What's another one?
Lavender.
Lavender's nice. Okay, which one do you choose? We're going to make this the best bouquet. Everybody will come running into Jewel and say, I've got to have the rosy, light red And which one do you like best?
Lavender.
Lavender, write that one in. Lavender tulip bunch. And they will say, there have been so many people coming in that we are almost running out because it's so descriptive, right? Okay. Want to do any more? No? Okay, we're done with that. Okay. I'm wondering if you have had a chance to read the book that I gave you about Emily Winsnap. You haven't read any of it yet? Okay. Do you plan to do any reading? Do you like the book? I like the book. We read the first chapter together. It sounded good. Well, I'm not going to be here next week. So you can come here, you can sit, maybe not in this room, but maybe in the other room, and you can read the book. Okay? And I wrote you some questions. You want to read? Let's read over the questions. And this will be like a reading assignment, and I hope that you'll be able to write some answers. So this will be a good way for you to really get into that book, because I think it's a good one. All right? What does it say up here? What's this direction right there?
Write all your answers and complete sentences.
Okay, you know what that means. Okay, good.
Using the reference to an encyclopedia or Google, what is a mermaid?
What is a mermaid? Do you know already from the reading you've done? What's a mermaid?
Like someone who, like the person in the water.
Uh-huh. And how are they different than you? You could be a person in the water.
They don't have feet.
They don't have feet? Okay. You want to write that down? That's a complete sentence. Or you can write it in red if you want. Okay, so let's see. A human underwater with a tail. Okay, anything else that would describe a mermaid? Can you, when you read some more next week, maybe you can add some, because there's extra room there. Maybe you can add at least one more sentence, because I think there's more. Okay, what's the next sentence that I wanted you to think about?
I'm going to discover that she was a mermaid.
Okay, now we talked about that. You want to tell me, and then?
She was swimming, she she couldn't feel her feet.
Right. Right. And what did this was swimming class at the high school? Okay, what did the coach say?
She was a good swimmer.
She said, very good. Just a naturally good swimmer. Well, of course she was naturally good. She was a mermaid. Okay, what's the next question?
What are the advantages to being a mermaid?
What do you think? You have an idea what the answer would be there? Okay, well, you'll find out, I think. Okay, what's the next one?
What are disadvantages? Oh, what are disadvantages?
Can you think of any right away? No? Okay, there might be some. Okay, go ahead. What's the next question?
What is a lighthouse?
Okay, this is later on in the book. You haven't gotten to that part yet, have you, about a lighthouse? Okay, what is a lighthouse? A lighthouse is a big word with two different parts. What are the two different parts of that? It's called a compound word.
Lighthouse.
Light and house. So, what do you think? A lighthouse. I think there might be one in Waukegan. Okay, well you'll find that out then. And then think about Waukegan, because there is one, I think, in Waukegan. Okay, the next one probably you don't know. Who is Mr. Beeston? We'll have to read about that. And the next one, what does that say?
Emily's mother lives with her. Where is her dad?
Haven't gotten that far yet. Okay, next one.
Does she meet him?
Okay, we haven't gotten that far. You know I like you to learn lots of adjectives in our lessons. Give me some examples of some great what is that word? Descriptions in the book using adjectives. Okay, one of the reasons I bought you the book for Christmas is because somebody told me this author writes really good descriptions. She writes about a lighthouse and she tells about how tall it is and where it sits and where the light goes around and around and around. The author is really good at that. She probably writes really good about Emily too. We have to read some more to learn more about Emily. So see if you can find some good descriptions with some good adjectives, and of course you can always use the back side of the paper. All right, so what's the last question of mine?
Why did the author use the name Windsnap for Emily's lesson?
Do you have any idea why it's Wind Snap? Okay. How about this one? We didn't read that one.
Tell the tale which is best in the story.
All right. This is the tale, T-A-L-E. What's the definition of the tale? Versus the tale. Two words that sound the same.
So different.
Is that my phone? You know what those two words are? You know what this one is. What's that one?
The mermaid?
The mermaid. The mermaid has a tail. T-A-I-L. Big, wide tail. So, we could have used it up here, but she didn't. The author didn't do that because she wanted it to be the other kind of tail. Do you have a guess? Okay, that's another one to answer then. All right, so next week, come here. It's quiet here. You can sit out in the hall. I don't know if you can use this room because I won't be here with you. But if you would bring your book, you still have the book at home, right? Bring your book, sit down with the questions, see if you can answer these for me, okay? That would be great, because I think once you get into the book, you'll really love it. The lady at the bookstore told me, she will love this book. She will love this book. Okay, and I did find this. This was on the counter. You got to quit pretty quick because Ivan's out there. This is a whole thing about horses. Do you like horses? I do too. I do too. And I didn't know all of these different words. These are all definitions. A colt and a foal and a herd. We know herd. A Mustang. All those things. So I thought, you know, if you have nothing else to do at home and you don't have the newspaper to tell you the weather, look at all that. Good stuff. Good stuff in there. Okay? You'll take that with you? Okay, so I won't see you for 2 weeks. Will you remember to come back and bring all your papers? Why don't you bring the book the next time, in case we have to talk about anything. Find out what page the word lighthouse is on. Okay, and you can read ahead. You can finish the book. You've got 2 weeks. I don't know, you might like it. Okay, so there you go. Do you want to take this, or do you want to keep that? I mean, maybe I'll use this with Ivan. Do you think Ivan would want it to You just do the ones down here. Ice cream, chocolate. I'll do this one down here at the bottom with Ivan. I don't think he's a flower guy. Okay. So there he is sitting out there. I guess you better go. All right. Take care.